What's up? What the heck did I even order? I ordered some microphone because, yeah, I would like better audio when I make these voiceover videos and just videos in general. Obviously, right now I'm wearing my Tascam DR10L Pro, whatever. That's the mic that you always see right here on my chest, and the actual recording thing is right here in my pocket. So I'm really happy with this, yes, for this style of video, but whenever I'm doing the voiceover videos, or I'm doing like follow-up videos, or I'm like planning out my shots and all that stuff, or if I'm streaming, which I plan to get back into once I move out of this place, yeah, I need a good standalone desk mic to record all that stuff with. So I had a Blue Yeti before, the same Blue Yeti that everyone uses. And when I did some research about getting a new mic, what I realized is that my Blue Yeti was a condenser mic, and I was just plugging it up like old school USB straight to my PC, and yeah, so I learned that there was a difference between a condenser mic and a dynamic mic. Okay, despite all the videos that I've made, I've never ever once considered that there was different types of mics like that. Like I knew there was like a boom mic, I knew there was a lab mic. I knew that, but I didn't know there was like a condenser versus a dynamic mic. So I plugged it into the search and it said that, okay, you may want to consider a dynamic mic instead of a condenser mic because it was going to amplify all the things I didn't want to happen. Like the condenser mic would amplify my essing and the pops and the plosives and stuff like that. So yeah, this is my first dynamic mic. So here we are. What brand it is, I'm not sure. I ordered it, searched all of it this morning. And another thing I want to get right off the bat, Maono? That's what I ordered. Another thing I want to get right off the bat, y'all. I was absolutely like infuriated watching other audio reviews because literally everyone who does an audio review is inside of a studio, inside of like a really soundproof room. That annoys the heck out of me because not everyone is going to, first of all, be able to afford to make a studio. I could afford to make a studio if I wanted to. I'm not going to though, because I've already been like 2 years into this YouTube stuff and streaming stuff without needing a studio, okay? Like I soundproofed the other, well, soundproofed. Like I just put like some little like paneling on the room or whatever, but I didn't go as far as I'm seeing like 90% of the audio YouTubers do, where they're like in their closet with like fully soundproof stuff, or they're in like a studio somewhere in the city or something like that. It's not realistic. This is realistic. This kind of room is realistic. This is the application. This is the setting for 90% of people who are going to buy a mic like this, not some insane $100,000 studio. Okay, so hopefully this is more realistic and relatable to y'all. And yeah, rant aside, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. What I kind of want to do, utilize this little desk that I never use, well, that I utilized in the past. This used to be my office, and then I was too annoyed about having this area as my office, so I moved my office to my my actual bedroom, and here we are. But just got approved for the mortgage, so I'll be house shopping. Well, I've been house shopping, but now things are getting serious. So this is probably not going to be like the best view ever, y'all. Probably not the best lighting ever. You know what? Do I have my... No, I don't have my other lights. That other light would be really useful, though, in this case. All I have is the flash. Let's grab this light real quick and ruin my white balance. We love that. All right, get this thing down here. Get this thing plugged up. Yeah, man. And get this light on. Perfect. How's that? Is that a pro-looking product review setup? I bet it is. All right. I think we are good. This is as good as we're going to get it, y'all. See what's in the box. All right, open open it right here. And how I'm going to do this, I'm just going to unbox, and then later on I'll actually do like the audio portion of this. Okay, computer use, wireless mode. There's all y'all's stuff right here. And yeah, this is like, so what I did, I looked for the different audio options, right? And I saw all these different models, and I was like, okay, this one's like the 200, the 300, the 400, but this one, like, I was watching videos from like 2 years ago, and it's like, if I'm buying something in 2026, right, I would like to buy a product that's like new for 2026 or maybe 2025, not something that's already like 3 or 4 years old, because software is a pretty important thing, right? And yeah, software is something you need to make sure is updated and current so that your stuff is supported, because that's just the world that we live in. So here's the receiver. I can open this up. Yeah, there's a receiver in there. I'm probably never, I mean, I might use a receiver. It kind of like ruins the point of a mic that's supposed to stay on your desk, you know, having a wireless receiver, but whatever. Here's the receiver. And it doesn't need to just be the receiver either. It can be USB-C. It can be, I think they have a converter at the end of the USB-C. They got the XLR input there too, so I can play around with that if I want to. Then you got your audio monitoring, and then your RGB switch right there. And then you got your gain and your monitoring audio, your mute button. And you got your filter, you got your actual mic right there. Hold on, make sure y'all are in focus here. It's all metal, feels really good. I mean, all metal except for the LED strip right here. This bit right here is plastic, and then the enclosure is plastic, but the body, the main body itself is metal. The buttons are plastic. And this connection right here, like the bracket is plastic, and the threads are metal. Okay? And then this is what I was talking about with the USB-C to USB-A conversion right here. So they thought about a little bit of everything, which I appreciate. Obviously, they made this thing with, you know, 2026 technology and accessibility in mind, and that's really cool. So that's really all there is to the unboxing right now. I'm just going to put this stuff up, go into my studio and bedroom, and get this thing connected, and we will see how it sounds. Okay, you know what? I just had an idea. Let's go ahead and set all of this up right here, right now on this desk, because the software that's used here should be able to be used on the Mac as well. And I do all my editing on the Mac anyway. I was about to try to connect this to my PC, but I was like, you know what? That's not really realistic. So let's do it here. So let's unbox it again. I'm getting this for the first time. We really are getting this for the first time. I'm not even lying there. Got all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff. Got our stand in here. I didn't even show off the stand before, so here's the stand. It's pretty weighty. Good amount of weight to it. And we got the rod right there. And I think we're all good here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and thread you in here first. There we go. All right, nice. By the way, the plate is steel, it feels like, or yeah, it feels like a steel. And the rod is plastic. And the thread up here is plastic. All right, let's thread this up. Probably easier if I do it down here. I'm trying to get you all the views. Am I doing it right? There we go. Up, there goes the windscreen. Perfect. And, all right, so it's like, oh, so that just tightens it up in general, and then I can thread it like that. I do have a boom, so I'm not really worried about it. Chai's already playing with the windscreen. Ugh. Put you back on there. All right, let's undo the cable. And I can do USB-C to USB-C here, so that's what we will do. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go ahead and open up Audition. You know, I knew this video going smoothly would be too good to be true. And yeah, the audio that I recorded for that original unboxing is gone. So I gotta record another comparison, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I will try to make it as raw and unfiltered as possible so y'all can hear the comparison. But yeah, let's go ahead and open up Audition so I can record a new audio clip. And right now you hear the sounds coming from my Tascam DRL10 Pro, whatever. And now I'm going to go into Audition and go to General, go to Audio Hardware, Core Audio. Where are you at? Oh yeah, you got to turn it on. That's one thing I didn't note in the original video, is that you have to hold down the power button in the back to get it turned on. And let me make sure my camera's recording. Let's make sure everything is working this time. Let's get any file up. Audio file. I always recorded mono. Hello, 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 hello. And then I can change the gain. I'm not sure where the gain is right now, but I will. Actually, I can check. I can check it right here. Maono link. Select my microphone. Now it may change it a little bit. I'm going to look at the waves down there and see if it changes at all. It doesn't look like it changed that much. No, it got quieter. Okay, it got quieter. So it did apply something after I opened it up. So if I close it and then I start talking again, then it seems to have some memory. So it's still keeping it pretty low right there. So let's open it back up and then wait for the mic to appear. The mic appears, we select it, it configures, doing its thing, and okay. So if I raise the gain here, then it should raise the gain in the Audition as well. And then microphone volume doesn't really matter right now. And yeah, monitor output, we're not monitoring anything. I think we got the AI noise reduction on. Let's turn that off. So now this is it with the AI noise reduction off. And then one thing I noticed when I was recording with this is that when I had the gain really low, and it was really only happening with Audition, I was getting very weird, like statics. Well, no, I would always get the statics in Audition only. And then whenever I had the gain too low, then it was really like going in and out, like there just wasn't enough signal being transferred here. And then I also noticed that when I record through Maono Link itself, so I'm going to make sure I actually save this file this time. But here I'm about to record in the Maono app itself. So it's going to record two audio files, one from Maono and then one from Audition. So you're hearing the one from Audition right now. And now you're hearing the audio from within the Maono app. So that's the difference in sound quality and whatnot between the Maono app and Audition. All else pretty much the same. And I was showing it with Audacity. I think Audacity sounded more like the Maono app. I think there's some kind of processing going on with the Adobe Audition app. I'm not sure exactly what the heck's going on or how to really address it. I've already reset the app a couple of times. I'll talk about this in the next clip you are going to hear. But yeah, this is just purely a comparison. So anyway, there's a comparison that I tried to record in the original clip and lost the audio for. So I'm going to make sure I save all these files, and we should be good to go from there. What's up? Okay, so it's the next day, and I've been using this for a little bit. Been using it on a mix of my actual PC setup and my MacBook, as you see right there. I noticed a couple of things. So within the app, within the app that you download and that you use this microphone on, whenever you're playing around with the settings or whatever, the bundled software, right? It sounds amazing, okay? What was really strange is that when I tried to record in Adobe Audition, I started getting a lot of like crackling, I started getting a lot of static, and I didn't really know what to think about it. I reset the Adobe Audition app a few times, and I think that made it better, but I could just never get this thing to sound as good on Audition as I could on the app that this thing comes with, the Maono whatever Connect app, right? So I I kind of just like start playing around. I was like, okay, let me try this on my actual PC. So let me get off the Mac and try it on there and see what it sounds like there. And just a lot of back and forth later, and maybe there's more to come from this. But I decided, okay, maybe maybe I can't record the voiceovers that I really want to compared to like what I'm using right now, my Tascam on here through the Audition app. Maybe I can just try my best to record like one takes, but then if I'm trying to do one takes with my voice, then I may as well just record on the Tascam app, hold the thing up to my mouth, and go from there, like I did with the new Rick Owens video. I was hoping to make the Rick Owens video only with this, but sorry if you hear noise, Chai's over there munching and drinking. Um, so yeah, I'm very mixed on how I feel about this as far as how I want it to be integrated into my workflow and whether or not the quality is really there because because of that distinction between how it sounded on Audition versus the Maono app on the Mac and I couldn't really tell with the PC. On the PC it sounded okay, I guess, but I haven't went super deep dive into that yet. But I mean, like when you think about the value of a product, right? The value is what is your dream? What is your end goal using this thing? And my end goal was that I could plug this thing right up to my Mac, record these narrative style videos, and not have to worry about it, and also have something that's good for streams and whatever when I get back into that. I think this is going to be perfect for streams. The noise cancellation is really good. I am I'm not sure if it's going to be good for my voiceovers though, which I also want to do more of. Is it an upgrade from my Blue Yeti? Yes, 1,000 times over. Is it loud enough? That part I'm still figuring out. The game's a little bit weird. I feel like it's quiet, and then I play it back, and it's like not that quiet. So I'm still getting used to that. But y'all, it works. It works. It's fine. I just realized I didn't have a video stabilization on. Oops. It's fine. It does the job. It's the quality is definitely not up to par, even compared to my Tascam right here. But the convenience, like it's going to be perfect for streaming. I'll use it for streaming, no problem at all. I can even have my TV on and not really worry about it. But as far as like serious voiceover work, serious quotes, um, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I need more time with it. So I'm going to see if there's other mics on the market that are very similar to this. I don't care about wireless. I just care about getting a really good signal, and I care about noise cancellation, and I care about syllabus as well, because I have really bad syllabus. But but yeah, I mean it's cool. It does the job, and and yeah, that's really all I can say for now. Maybe there's a follow up to come from this, but just wanted to give my honest thoughts about this and just let y'all know how it is. So, anyway, thanks for watching as always, and more soon.